Hey everyone, welcome back to Buick Outdoors. I'm Sheldon Marion and today I'll be making up some mushroom soup. But before we get to cooking, we're going to be heading out to the woods. I'm going to show you just how we got these mushrooms. Well you guys, sometimes when you're out hunting you find something else that you can eat. For in this case here, found some Shaggy Mane mushrooms. So I'm going to show you what they are and then I'm going to cut them, bring them back to camp, and then hopefully, most likely tomorrow, I'll cook them up in, I don't know, maybe some kind of a gravy. Here's the Shaggy Manes. So these Shaggy Manes, they're these really tall, kind of cylindrical white mushrooms. A lot of times you'll find them growing on the side of the roads like this. You can see this one here, the bottom is slightly black. So that one we won't be able to pick or eat. And then once in a while when you're lucky, they grow in big clusters like this. So we'll pick some of this dirt away and see which ones we can we'll see which ones we can cut. So when I'm harvesting these, I go right down, I use a knife and I go right down to the stem. I just cut it away. Now you can see this one here, there's no black on the bottom. And this, that's a really big Shaggy Mane. Usually you get them kind of three inches or so. So these things here are just awesome. Also on the bottom, when they start, before they turn black, they'll start to turn kind of purple. And once they're starting to turn purple, I won't eat them. But no, that one there, that looks like a great mushroom to turn into some kind of a gravy, or heck, I might even make mushroom soup. There is a lot out here, so we'll see how many we get. That one is kind of turning black. That one's not too bad. Yeah, that one there, kind of turning black and purple on the side. I'm not going to eat that one. Feed that to the squirrels. Oh, there's one chirping there now. And the reason why you want to cut these with a knife at the stem is that way it'll continue to grow. But we're going to move over here to this big cluster and see how many we can take from that. Holy cow. It's amazing what such a soft, kind of delicate mushroom can push through. Wow. See, so this one here, black on the bottom there. One for the squirrel. That one's black, black. This one might be alright. Yeah, I bet you by tomorrow morning though it wouldn't have been good. Yeah, that one's good. Nope, black, black. See if we can get some of these smaller ones. That one's good. Perfect. Look at that. I'll leave that one.
a small group in here. Oh yeah, that one's good. I bet you these all will be good. Holy cow. Well, hopefully these things make good mushroom soup. I haven't made mushroom soup with these yet, but I think I'm gonna try.
Alright, now that we got all the mushrooms back to the trailer here, we're gonna throw them into the sink here, rinse them all off, get all the dirt and rocks off of them. Then we're gonna get started on our mushroom soup. Well, now that we got all the mushrooms washed up, we got them on the paper towel here, and we're just gonna be letting them dry for a bit, and then we'll start slicing them up and getting this going. Alright, now that our mushrooms have been dried fairly well here, I slice them in half lengthwise and just give them a real rough chop. These things, they break apart while you're cooking them anyways, so we're not gonna get too carried away on the sizes. See pieces like this on the stem where there's still a bit of dirt on there, I just cut them off. Throw them out. And just like that, we got some of our mushrooms sliced up. So now we're going to be working on our onion and our garlic. And for this one, I think what I'm going to be doing is using a whole onion. Get this peeled real quick. Then with this onion, we're going to be chopping it real fine, or as fine as we can get her. So I'll make 2 slits this way, almost to the end. 1, 2, what the heck, we'll go 3. Then we'll come down on the side here. Then we'll go from the top. And then we'll do the same thing with the other half here. Okay, we got a whole onion diced up there now, so now what we're going to be doing is slicing up. I got 8 cloves of garlic for this. So I'll quickly chop up these 8 cloves, then we'll get the onion and the garlic into the pan and we'll start browning them up. Alright, so we got our pan all heated up here. It's on about a medium heat. We'll just add in a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Give that a stir. Then we'll toss in our half an onion. And our 8 cloves of garlic. Might need just a touch more oil here. About that much. Now what we're going to be doing is just cooking these until they start to brown a bit, soften up. Then we will add in our mushrooms. Our onions and our garlic are starting to brown up real nice. We're going to toss in a little sliver of butter, and then we will put in the mushrooms. And if you need a recipe or measurement, instead of saying about that much, we'll call that like tablespoon and a half. Once that gets all melted in here, we'll toss in our mushrooms here. Alright, so now our butter is melted up, and here we have about 20 of those Shaggy Manes. We have about another 20 that we diced up, but I think this should be about enough. And this is gonna have to cook for quite a while to brown all these up. We'll see if we can even really stir this. Now it is going to take some time to brown all of these, but we just kind of keep her at that medium heat so you don't burn it, and we'll slowly get these nice and brown. So now that we've been cooking this here for a couple of minutes, you can see all this moisture in here that's coming out of the mushrooms. That's perfectly fine. Just let it cook down and stir it about every minute to 2 minutes, and then just slowly let all that moisture evaporate out of the mushrooms, and then they'll start to brown up and then crisp up if you want to make them crispy. If not, once they're brown, then you can go on to the next step here. So now that we got most of this moisture cooked down, you can see it, there's just starting to brown up here now. So we'll just keep a close eye on them, make sure they don't start to burn. Now it's pretty well, stir them every 30 seconds or so until they're all nice and brown, and then we'll move on to the next step. We'll be tossing in some pepper, and then basically some cream, and if you want you can add chicken stock too, but we'll see here once we get them all nice and brown. Alrighty there guys, so you can see everything here starting to brown up fairly nice. What we're going to be doing here now is adding just a little bit of pepper. We get our pepper in here. Give that a stir. Something like that. Don't gotta get too carried away. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding some cream. And if you want to add chicken stock, you can. With chicken stock, if you do add it, you want about 2/3 or 1/3 chicken stock and 2/3 cream. And then for cream, it all kind of depends on how thick you want it. For me, I like to make it where every scoop that you take, you get some of your onions and mushrooms. So that, I want to say, is about 3 to 4 cups. So it's not too bad. You can see that there's a lot of liquid in there, but there's also lots of chunks of your mushrooms and onions and garlic. And guys, if this is your first time cooking and you happen to burn it a little bit, or you made it a little too salty or too much pepper or whatever, you know, don't worry about it. When it comes to anything new, you're looking for progression, not perfection. So just kind of learn from your mistakes and just take your time with it. Eventually you'll get good at cooking or whatever it is that you're doing. And yeah, just give her a go. So now that we have our cream in there, we're basically just gonna leave that heat at that medium level and just slowly let it simmer and boil, and reduce it down just a little bit to make it just a little bit thicker, and then we will be pretty well ready to eat. Alrighty, so we've been simmering this for quite a while here now. The cream got a little too thin. There was way more mushrooms than liquids there. So what I ended up doing is I added 2 more cups of milk. So in total it's 3 cups of cream and 2 cups of milk. Now you can see it's a real nice consistency. There's lots of liquid, but then there's also a ton of your mushrooms and garlic and onions. So I think just a couple more minutes of simmering here, and then it'll be ready to be dished up and served. Well, you guys, we've been cooking away at this here now for a while, so now it's time to taste test it. I'll show you just what we got in the bowl here. So it's nice and creamy still, but you still got nice big chunks pretty well with every scoop. Everything browned up real nice. So it hopefully it turned out all right. Just pulled it off, so it's gonna be pretty hot here yet. Pretty good stuff. The onions and garlic are nice and crunchy. The mushrooms, they firmed up real good. Yeah, that's just one delicious wild mushroom soup. One more reason to head out to the woods. It's not always about killing. Sometimes you can pick your game there too. But anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoy this video. Make sure you like it, subscribe to the channel, and it'll really help us out, help us grow the channel. And make sure you tell your friends about it as well. Anyways, guys, I'm going to enjoy some soup. People here in elk camp, they're going to enjoy some soup as well before we head out and chase some more elk. See you on the next one.